right at the base. There's the car, and get ready to go. I decided to climb Mount Adams partly inspired by this Reddit post on solo volcano climbing in the Pacific Northwest. I'm at the trailhead. Bella is wearing a backpack, which she's pretty confused by. Alright, we're hiking along the trail. We're now at about 6,500 feet. There's the goal in the background. Every time I stop, Bella starts whimpering because she really wants to move. Alright, Bella, let's keep going. And I'm carrying a lot of weight. I have snowshoes with tails, I have crampons, I have a helmet, I have an ice axe, and I have poles. And I have 2 stoves just in case one fails. I have a canteen to carry 2 liters of water that'll melt down up here. Extra socks, 4-season tent with vestibule, and enough food for 3 days total. So we're definitely going to make it in terms of equipment, even if there's several feet of snow up there, which a trail report from 3 weeks ago said it was pretty seriously deep. So we shall see. Bella and I are eating lunch, super light lunch, just a little bar like this. And for Bella, I pulled one thing right out of her pack, put it in the bowl, which is also in her pack, chowed down, which is great. So we're at about 7,000 feet. Mountain's still absolutely phenomenal up there. Right up there, and then you can see amazing views in the distance. We're just kind of getting a break from the really massive wind behind this rock. And it is really windy up there. There's one other guy, exactly one other person out here today. He was on the way down because he was a skier, and he said it was super windy up there, lots of snow drifts, and he wasn't feeling well, he said. So he was heading back down, but he didn't make it to the top. So I guess Bella and I are going to make it then. For sure. So tired, my legs are tired. My toes got freezing cold, so I had to put in some toe warmers, which worked really well, actually. So off we go. And there's Bella curled up, trying to keep warm. She is shivering, but in a moment she'll be good because I'm setting up the tent, and then I'll inflate the mattresses, and it's actually pretty warm, which is pretty happy. The second we got here, she started digging a nice hole in the ground to keep warm. And I stuck some stuff around it, which is good. Yeah, it's a pretty good camp spot. Has a nice wall to block the wind. Obviously, insane view. We have like only a few minutes left until the sun sets, so I gotta get this tent set up. Now I'm inside the tent wearing my nice OR down hat. I'm working on blowing up the inflatable mattresses, and Bella is finally super cozy. She's on her own super expensive, nice Thermarest inflatable mattress, and with a nice fleece underneath. And she's not shivering anymore at all, and she looks really happy. Catching some Z's, and I'm blowing up my mattress. And I threw some random stuff over her just to keep her extra warm. So yeah, that's the plan. Get the mattresses set up, then the sleeping bag, and then worry about melting some snow for water, making hot chocolate, making some dinner, organizing, and just make it through the long night with the really, really intense winds. It's extremely windy, and I'm unable to safely use the stove to melt snow or heat up water or have hot chocolate or any of the things you'd really like to do to keep yourself warm. I really need to get a thermos. So we have to wait out the nearly 15-hour long night in extreme wind and just hope that it'll be less windy tomorrow. All right, made it through the long night. The sun is rising, which is really beautiful. And still out probably. I realized by watching a random video that hard at work melting snow, which just takes some time. So I have to do 4 complete 500 liter snow melts, and then every single one of those I need to filter with the water filter, and then I'm going to fill up my canteen, this hydro pack thing in here, with that water. Then I'll have 2 liters of water, which will be enough for the hike up to the summit, which we'll do next for the climb to the summit. We made it through the night. It was brutally windy for much of the night, like really scary windy. Fortunately, it calmed down, and that's why I'm able to even use my stove right now to make water and breakfast, because it was so windy before it wasn't even possible to cook. Continuing still to boil snow. Have to fend Bella off a little bit. She wants to think the snow's all to catch, which is pretty annoying. I'm also cooking up my breakfast of huevos rancheros. Whoa, Bella. Yep, she smelled that. I have almost filled my 2 liter bottle. Oh, look what's going on out here. Ooh, sunrise. Very nice. Just had some hot chocolate. Looks like this is about to go. So what I end up doing is I take this as soon as the snow melts, where the water's still cold, then I pour it into my water filter, and I filter it, and then I pour the filter into this canteen, and then I'm going to take this canteen up to the summit. So that's the plan, and I think I will have enough by the time I do this last pour. And then I'll have 2 liters of water, which should be plenty for the summit. I mean, technically I should have 3 maybe. Alright, Bella, you're being a little bit of a nuisance, so I need you to back off. Okay? Hey, Bella, because this is fire. So there's a flame right there. Dangerous. And there's chocolate, which is also dangerous. Alright, got my stuff. It's freaking incredible out here. We're about to climb up there. Don't know what route we'll go on. Maybe through the snow. Just don't know. Looks like it's a lot less steep that way. Ready to go. Unfortunately, I'm actually pretty sore just from sleeping and hiking up here from yesterday. But at least I have energy. My watch says my body battery is 5 out of 100. Alright, off we go. The view up here is amazing though. And I've been using snowshoes with the little clip things up so that my feet are flatter, which is nice. We are at almost 11,000 feet. There's Bella eating ice and playing around with the snow melt. There's a strangely high campsite. There's some amazing ice formations from the wind on the sides of the rocks. They're just absolutely incredible looking. And of course the view is amazing. I continue to be tired, but pushing on. What do you think, Bella? You seem to be just having fun. Hey Bella, look, you're in the video. You're in the video. Woo. Yeah, look at this ice though. It's amazing. Actually tastes good too. Not that I'm eating it. Maybe a little. Don't worry, I have plenty of water. I switched to crampons for a while because it's mainly ice here. There's a strange wire, I don't know why, running for quite a while up this way. Alright, let's get going. It's just an unreal landscape of icicles due to the absolutely intense, crazy winds up here, which, bizarrely, and I'm very lucky we're not getting right now. Which, oh my god, if it were windy like yesterday, I'd be going freaking nuts up here. It'd be hard. Right now it's absolutely perfect. Just check out these icicles. Gorgeous. Just amazing. Ice. Just loving it. But I am drinking the water that I melted right now. Keeping hydrated properly. What kind of planet is this? Taking a quick break before that. You can also see glaciers over there. My back hurts. These snowshoes are heavy. I'm not using them at all. But they might actually be nice going up that. We'll see. It's going to be pretty, well, hard, but straightforward. And again, there's no wind. Weather's so nice. Both being good. Just staying away from that edge, which is a cornice. See it like right there? It's like snow sticking out. You could fall. But Bella is staying close. She's a kid. What's it going to look like finally getting to the top of the mountain? Bella, come here. Bella, come here. Stay close. Stay close. Oh, holy fuck. Wow, there it is, Mount Rainier. Bella, stay close. Bella, stay close. You want to go to the edge, but don't. Stay close. Stay close. Stop. Stay close. This is dangerous. Oh my god, wow. Mount Rainier. And stuff on the summit. There it is. Wow. Look at that, Bella. Oh, and there's Mount Baker. God damn, Mount Rainier is big. Jesus. Woo! You did it, Bella! Ow! Ow! Good girl, we did it. Alright, here we are, Bella, on the summit of November 21st. Here we are on the summit of Mount Adams, November 21st. Mount Rainier from the other side. And some terrifying cliffs. Mount St. Helens. Top. Our pup. Our pup. The other direction towards Oregon. The Yakima lands. Freaking awesome. Wow. Adams, November 21st. Bella. Actually gets dark in 3 hours or less and it starts getting cold, so I'm gonna head back, and I can't hike all the way out to the car and break camp and everything, so I have to camp again tonight, but I'm gonna be pretty wiped out by the time we get back to camp.
We pause to bring you this public service announcement. When there are problems on Mount Adams, they fall into a couple of categories. People get lost as they come off the mountain, taking wrong turns and winding up by snowshoes, where they are prone to fall or being hit by falling rocks. According to Ewer and Sergeant Randy Briscoe of Yakima County Sheriff's Office Search and Rescue Team, another problem is people sliding down snow-packed slopes while wearing crampons. While it's a quick way to get down the mountain, Ewer said the crampon can easily catch on a rock or loose snow and send the climber dangerously tumbling.
Running straight up the hill again. And I'm wearing crampons, you're not supposed to do that, but I'm going so slow. Honestly, I spent an entire year glissading on snowshoes before I knew what glissading was or what you're supposed to do. So, pretty used to going really slow. I'm glissading, woo! Bella mix. It's way funner for Bella. Having fun, Bells? Having fun, Bells? Woo! Don't need to bite me, don't need to bite me. Good girl. Getting better. Okay, so I was terrified this is too steep to glissade down, and Bella just ran down it, slid, ran way the hell down there, and then ran back up. Yeah, she was huffing and puffing when she got back up, but that's these freaking dogs. But it's pretty steep, so this time I am definitely taking off my crampons. So that was actually a lot of work, but now I'm going to try to glissade very slowly because there's some crazy ass ice and rocks. So this is definitely something to be taken very carefully. Oh, that was terrifying. I got going way faster than I could control. I then tried to dig in my ice axe and it flew out of my hand because I was holding it wrong. Fortunately, the leash caught, and so I got the ice axe back, and then I was able to use it to arrest myself, but I also tried to use my leg because I panicked, and I flipped myself over, and I probably would have hurt myself if I had crampons in. So, yay! And I suck at self-arrest, apparently, so I need a lot more practice. See that? We just came down that. Bill and I, whoa! Bella, watch out! Bella and I just slid down 3,000 feet, according to my altimeter. Our camp is somewhere that way, southwest by 1 mile. So I have to get over there. Some of the glissading was actually kind of scary, but it was also really good practice with self-arrest. But anyways, the sun sets in an hour, and we're about mile from the camp. And I have no idea how hard it's going to be to cross the mountain that way to get to the camp. But if we can do it at the speed of 1 mile per hour, we'll get back before dark, which is critical. It's really hard to believe it gets dark in an hour, but it does. We glissaded around down totally the wrong tube, which means we're totally fucked. It's a race against time. That's time right there, the sun. We have to get back up there over that ridge, at least until before the sun goes down, so at least we'll be able to see. Because right now it's about route finding this climb, which is easier when it's light out. So this is kind of scary, but I think we'll just make it. And luckily at the very last minute, I did throw a light in my backpack. I hear some really weird sounds, like an avalanche or rocks falling. So I have a helmet. All right, so what happened? Well, first, obviously, today we slowly but surely summited Mount Adams. I had kind of a heavy pack because I didn't know what to expect. It was absolutely stunning. Then, coming down, I was shocked because we glissaded. We were able to glissade first from the summit to the false summit, and then from the false summit, I chose a place which I thought was off to the left of our camp, because it was immediately right where the false summit was. But I think I might have got a little scared by the slope, so I just moved over a little bit to the right because I saw one that just looked a little friendlier. So I started going down that, and it was working pretty well. Had some crazy adventures with glissading and using the ice axe and really learning how to self-arrest, which was great. So I just kind of kept track of the altitude. I kind of looked off to the right and saw where I thought our camp was. Now we could easily end up at the bottom of the chute and then go over to the camp. However, once we got down to the correct height for the camp, there was no camp. The chute went down like 1,000 or 2,000 feet more, and that didn't make any sense. So then I checked on the map and I discovered that we had gone down the wrong chute, i.e. the wrong side of the mountain. This is bad, because you might have to, if it were Mount Baker, where basically every single side of Mount Baker has a whole bunch of lava flow glacier chutes, and you can't cross from one to the other in most cases because they're extremely steep, and that's what I'm used to. So I started trying to head back up so I could at least go over a little bit and see what the situation was. But the worrisome thing is it was starting to get dark, and it was quite some distance and I couldn't even tell. And so these chutes, like there's rocks around them, so there's snow in the chute, and then there's rocks everywhere else. Like it's really, really hard to scramble up and down these because you knock these rocks free. So it'd be super, super dangerous if there's somebody else, which is Bella, and it's kind of hard to coordinate with her because she's a dog rather than a human, so she doesn't necessarily know English, so it's hard to get her to stay out of the way of falling rocks. On the other hand, she's probably far better at watching for falling rocks and moving out of the way than any person. She's very good situational awareness. But on the other hand, she's not able to scramble. In some ways, she can move much better, but when it comes to rock scrambling, where you have to really grab on and pull yourself up, she's a dog, and dogs just can't do what humans can do. So, in that regard, my hand is freezing, so what am I going to do here? So, we had a lot of trouble, and there were like 3 different options. One, go all the way down to like 8,000 feet and then, or lower, and then try to somehow go up this really long ridge entrance in the dark. It was really pretty far. In any case, we ended up going from one ridge to another, probably went over like seven ridges, but every single time I kind of expected it to be uncrossable based on my Mount Baker experience. As long as I went up a little bit, in some cases it was totally crossable. because somehow Mount Adams is just easier than Mount Baker, and it's nicer. So eventually it did get completely dark, pitch black, dark, or at least the sun was completely down, and it was past whatever. So I had to use a flashlight, and it was really tricky navigating the lava stuff, but it worked out, and we're sitting here in the tent. Bella's all super warm and cuddly in that bag, and I'm freezing. I need to take it from her. In any case, we made it. No problem. Back in the tent, and a little bit more of an adventure than I wanted. I ended up taking all day to go to the top of Adams from base camp and back because of I'm going down the wrong chute. And this, I think, doesn't happen in the summer because there's like these really well-defined chutes that everybody's going down. But I'm completely solo up here. There's absolutely nobody else up here right now. Zero. It's completely, I'm the only person on the mountain, and Bella's the only dog. So there's no one to follow. Okay, so that was an adventure. I'm extremely glad that we found the tent. Even that was quite difficult because basically everything looks like it's massive lava flows in every direction and scree, and it just, especially when it starts getting dark, everything looks like everything else. Fortunately, like at the last second when we were leaving this morning, I set a waypoint on my GPS at the tent. Otherwise, it would have been very, very hard to find. I mean, it was hard to find even with the waypoint, but straightforward. But without that, it would have been really, really hard to find. So we are happily in the tent, and everything turned out fine. Hey Bella, want to play fetch? 1, 2, 3, catch, go. Nice catch. The car, and I've carefully and very well organized everything, like all my crampons and snowshoes and stuff in the big bin, jackets in the duffel bag, backpack. My ice box, I was worried it'd all melt. Actually, it's icy, and even things like my water were frozen, my dog water's frozen, etc. And now Bella gets her special treat, which is playing fetch. Bella, 1, 2, 3, go. Nice catch. And there's the mountain that we summited, Mount Adams, right there. That was a long walk.